What do we have over here? Well, hello, sir. Ooh, cherry saplings. Jungle slap. Let's see. Pickles. Podzol. Hey, there's some stuff I don't have yet. Do we have jungle trees yet? Let me check and see if I found jungle trees. I'm getting my worlds mixed up a little bit here. No, we don't. Do we have emeralds? We have 44 emeralds. Okay, let's see if we can buy some saplings here from you. For jungle, I'll need to be able to buy 4. Will you sell me 4? Yes, you will. Okay. I'll get 1 cherry sapling. And I'm going to buy a sea pickle from you. And then if one of your friends comes by selling coral, then I'll get some of those so I can make some more pickles. All right. Well, thank you very much. And you know what this means, though? We're going to have to get those leads off you. All right. Okay, well, let's see. Where are we at? Well, welcome back to my Longplay series. Last episode, we pretty much finished building the very, very basic, simple wall around my little town here, my little village. And if this is your first episode watching the series, well, first of all, welcome. I'm glad you're here, and I hope you enjoy this. Right up here is the spawn, so that blue block of lapis is the center of spawn, and the spawn goes out in a 10-block radius from that. So spawn is kind of on the edge of this hill right here. So I kind of walled off this area that included this incredible little village that we found here at spawn. And right now, everything should be pretty well protected. I believe everything is lit up, so we shouldn't get any zombies in here bothering the villagers. There's still a potential for pillagers spawning in here, because their spawn rules, and someone informed me of this in the comments, that they'll spawn, I believe, at light levels below 8 in the open fields here, which, let's see, I do have this, yeah, okay, I have the light levels here on. So you can see, even though everything is, mob proof, so no mobs will spawn, there are plenty of squares that are below 8, or, below 7, 4s and 5s and stuff. So it is a possibility that pillagers will spawn in here, and pillagers could mess with my villagers. So that's just something I have to be aware of. Okay, so this episode, well, first of all, let me plant these things I just purchased. I don't want to buy them and then just have them sit in the chest. Okay, let's see, where were they? Okay, where'd I put them? Here we go. All right, let's just get these other tree types planted and started, and we'll get a nice big jungle tree over here. Clear some space for it. Just because I've noticed that if you were to make like a jungle tree like this, I don't think it'll grow. I think these blocks next to it kind of prevent that. So I'm trying to make sure that there's nothing around the jungle tree, like no grass or anything. I just don't want to prevent it from growing. Okay. So there's a few things I want to do today. The first thing I want to do is I want to do something with this enchanting table. We spent two diamonds on it, and I want to start enchanting. But I also know that enchanting alone doesn't really get you as far as you want to go, just through the nature of enchanting tables and cycling through enchantments and stuff. So I will want to start making librarians and trading for the real books sooner rather than later. But in this episode, I'll settle for just getting a full-on enchanting table. So that means I'll apologize if you hear that loud car that just went by. So that means I'm going to have to start planting some of my sugarcane, so I can start making a lot of paper. And I need a cow farm. So I know there are some cows around here. There are some nearby that I did not turn into food yet. So we'll be making a cow farm here. And I have no reason not to go on and do like the cow crusher thing. I'm not going to I'm not going to try to keep it like pure and say that like all the cows are going to have to be in a field. Again, in this game, I'm just playing. I'm just playing the way I play. So, not really kind of given a story, or you could say like a role play reason for wanting to keep things, you know, like all natural. So, cow crusher it is. So the first thing we are going to need to do is get the cows. We're also going to need to start farming wheat. Are we farming wheat yet in our farms? I don't remember. It's been a whole week since I played. No, we're not. Right now, we're only farming things that we want to be able to trade our villagers. Once we get a farmer that we can trade, our trade goods will be the farmer we're going to aim for is carrots and potatoes on his first level. And then hopefully he'll get pumpkins as we level him up. And then, of course, all the farmers will get watermelons at their higher level. So I'm concentrating on carrots and potatoes here as far as trading crops. But I do need a wheat crop so I have something to feed the cows. Because the cows are going to be basically our leather farm. And then it will be a temporary food source until we're pretty quickly going to get a farmer selling golden carrots, so we'll quickly switch to golden carrots, but we will need the cows for leather, if nothing else. So let's go ahead and look at making a wheat farm over here. And I think I'm just going to kind of keep this big square spot in the middle here. That's just going to be our our farming spot here. So we'll just kind of start expanding this out a little bit. And I'm kind of liking the look of these deep slate stone, the deep slate brick walls. Pretty simple, but it kind of looks nice. This kind of big flat open farm. So let's go with that again. So I'll probably make it the same size as one of those, because eventually I'll probably want it for sheep and stuff too. But I don't need a ton of wheat. So I'll tell you what, maybe I'll just make it like one farm's worth, like one square, because these are like two farms, and this right now is two farms, which is housing. Oh wow, I already have watermelons growing. This is pumpkins and watermelons. Eventually, this will all be like, say, watermelons, and then I'm going to have a double one here, which is all pumpkins. So then I can have a single one here for wheat. So yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Let's do that. So the first thing I'm going to need is I have some wheat seeds here. Do I have any more wheat seeds? Nope. Do I have a hoe already? Okay, we have a hoe. And I think this might be our only one at the moment, which that should be good enough for one single farm. Deep slate brick walls, we might not have enough of those. I will need another fence gate. What are we using over here? Are those oak? I think these are oak. Those look like oak to me. Okay. Yeah, I think I had originally gotten them off of like an animal pen or something at a village. Okay, so let's go ahead and craft some oak gates. Might as well keep them consistent. No reason not to. And what's cool is a gate is a single log. So if you take a log, you split it into 4 planks, and then you take 2 of those to make sticks, you have exactly the ingredients for one gate. Stuff you learn in the old days before you just click the recipe books. Let's see. Oh, I need a bucket of water. These guys are really spawning out a whole lot of golems, so I'm hoping that if pillagers do happen to show up in here, maybe the golems will be able to take them out. What I come over here looking for? A bucket, and I may or may not have enough deep slate walls. We'll just kind of see what we got. And it's about sleep time. Sun's going down. right. So I think, let's see. I'll turn those shaders on for a little bit. There we go. I'll use these for a little bit at least while we're doing the farming. Oh, look at the nice little sunbeams coming through the morning sky here. That's very nice. I like that. Let's see, some dirt. I need some dirt to level this bit out. We are in the shade over here with the shaders, so maybe the shaders wasn't the greatest thing to turn on yet. So if this is a little bit dark because of the shadows, I apologize, but I do want to use these shaders every now and then. Okay, so let's see. Our farm is going to be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, water, 1, 2, and then we're going to go 3, 4, and wall. 3, 4, wall. Okay, which means I probably want to cut out some of this. I don't like them butting right up against the block. Oh, look at the rain. Nice. Farming in the rain. Nice relaxing afternoon. Okay, our temporary little oak tree farm here, we're going to have to probably start chopping away at some of these. And then do some more proper... Oh, this first one's going to be a tall one, isn't it? Do some more proper tree farming elsewhere. And when I say elsewhere, I just mean just find a more permanent place for it somewhere here in our area. Okay, that's enough now just to make this. Okay, horse, I'm going to need you out of this. Let's see, I don't still have the... Okay, I'm going to have to go grab one of those leads because I don't know how easy I'm going to be able to coax him out of that spot. But I don't want him stuck in our wheat farm. So let's grab one of these leads that we got earlier. And let's see, where are we at? Here we go. Was that our first? Oh, were those llamas? Was that the first 2 leads we got? Oh, we didn't have leads yet. Huh. Cool. Again, I get my worlds mixed up. I'm currently juggling, not juggling like it's a bad thing, but I'm currently playing in 3 different worlds, so I tend to forget. And all 3 of these worlds are what I call pre-dragon. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, wall. Okay, I got the horse out of the thing before. Oh, look, we were 1 short. Hey, we're not 1 short because we need 1 gate. So we had exactly the right number. No, like I was saying, I kind of think about my games in pre-dragon and post-dragon. So pre-dragon, you don't have all the max equipment yet. You're not fully enchanted. You don't have elytra. 3, 4, 5. And then, of course, post-dragon is after you've, probably at that point you've gotten your max enchantments on everything. You've got your elytra. You're flying around places, and it just becomes a slightly different game at that point. But as far as pre-dragon games, all the games I'm currently playing are pre-dragon. So I've got, of course, the game with me and Zinc. We are pre-dragon. We're still starting out. This game, of course, is I've barely started. I've got my diamond equipment. Don't even have enchantments yet. Got my no crafting world. I've been playing that for a little while, but we're definitely still pre-dragon on that because I can't craft on a crafting table. So it's a much slower progression through the game as far as the equipment and stuff. So because I'm playing 3 different games that are all pre-dragon, I get a little confused on what I have have seen or what I have found in the worlds. I get them kind of confused between each other. Alright, will this hoe last long enough to get all of this field? Yes, excellent. Alright, let's start planting this wheat over here. And again, this wheat is just for cow food. So this wheat is really just to get us leather, essentially. I was expecting him. Okay, I do need a leaf block for this farm. I should have grabbed one of those earlier. Let me grab one now. Nice to see one of our pumpkin stems have matured. And let's see. Leaf block, leaf block, leaf block. Okay, then I guess where's my shears? There they are. Alright, let's just grab it doesn't really matter what leaf we use for this. We're never really going to see it, so we'll use a dark oak leaf. There we go. Now I got to decide, where am I going to put the cow crusher? Where am I going to put it? Because that's going to be more of a permanent structure, right? That's not something you want to have to tear down and rebuild later. So I have to decide now where I want that to be. Where's my food? There it is. Okay, first let me go ahead and... Oh boy, let's see. So I planted both of these in the same field, thinking it would be a while before I needed to expand it. But honestly, for trading, oh man, should I go ahead and make this one now? I should probably separate them now before I start planting a lot. Well, I'll tell you what, at least I can harvest these. I'll tell you what, this will be the pumpkin field, so I'll plant more pumpkins. But then the watermelons that grow, I'll just keep theirs for seeds at the moment, and then I will plant the watermelon farm there. Yeah, okay, that sounds like a plan. So let's get some of these melon seeds planted. Okay, I'm sorry, pumpkin seeds. And we'll save those melon seeds. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Getting a bit of a full inventory all of a sudden. Cows. We're looking at cows. So the first thing I'm going to need is the actual cows. So I don't have any wheat yet, so let me just break down one of these bales into wheat, and we'll get our other lead. And let's go find us some cows. I don't think we had any cows inside of the wall. I think I did luck out and have some sheep hop the wall before I built the wall. So I think whenever we are ready to sheep farm, I think they'll be pretty easy to find. But I believe the cows were still out in the woods. I think there were some relatively close by over here. And I know that over there were some sheep. But I know for a fact there were cows over here. So I need a good way in and out of these walls. So let me grab something like a gate. Okay, I guess we'll make a birch gate for now, since that's what we have. Okay. Will cows go through a single gate? Well, we'll find out. Not quite time to sleep yet. Boy, this entire day is rainy, huh? Okay, so we'll go... I will chop down this row of trees here probably today as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop through the fence here. Let's make it over here for now. This will be our way through. go. And nothing can jump through that. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and chop that down. Okay, I'll do this so that we can kind of see it. Okay. Ooh. I should probably throw a couple torches down here. Yeah, even though it's outside the gate, no need to have mobs spawning that close to home. Okay, I'm not going all the way down there yet. Oops, gotta get out of this, gotta get out of this. There we go. Ah. Okay. Alright, and go ahead and grab this coal since we're here. Okay, and it is definitely sleepy time. Definitely sleepy time. And we are outside the wall, so we are on the edge of mob territory. Alright, so let's get out of this hole. Do we get a rainbow? Hey, there's the rainbow. Nice. That's really cool. I like that. Okay, so I know that there were some cows relatively close by. Let's see if we can find them. Okay, I don't think they were over this way. I think they were more over here. I'm trying to remember where I saw those cows. Well, there's a creeper. Okay, there we go. Speaking of which, I should probably have a shield in my hand just in case we hit another creeper or skeleton that happened to have spawned. Is that the cow? Oh, there's one of the cows. Okay. Well, let's go to wheat and let's get you. Now, surely you had a friend over here somewhere. Okay. Where's your cow friend? I'm surprised I'm having this much trouble finding these cows because I remember there were, well, definitely more than one when I found them at first. So the other one has to be around here somewhere, probably just wandering around. Alright, where are you? One thing is, these forests are pretty with the shaders, aren't they? With the shadows from the sun and the trees and stuff, and just the nice bright greens. Come on, come on, come on, cow. Step up, so I want my lead to break. There we go. Alright, where's your friend, buddy? Where's your friend? Come on. Okay, yep, the lead broke. Where did you go? Did I just hear a second cow? I felt like I heard that moo out of two different... There it is. There you are. Okay. Come on. Alright, you two. Let's get you back to the town. Back to the village. Through this hilly terrain and tight trees. Okay, here we go. Where's the village? How far away from the village are we? My sense of direction is getting all kinds of turned around here. Okay, am I going crazy? Oh no, we're just that far away from it. Okay. We're going the right way. We were just kind of far. Okay. Hey, look, I picked up a third one. Well, you've lost. Hey, can I get you with the wheat? Okay. Well, I think I don't want to really wait for that one, so I'm just going to tug the ones with the leads and let him stay behind if he has to. Get around the trees. Get around the trees. There we go. Oh, this is some hilly terrain, isn't it? Oh, hey, got a sheep too. The cows are pushing the sheep. That's hilarious. I love it. Okay, now where was that little gate? There's the. Okay, that's right. Here's the hole. I'm probably gonna have to patch that up. I'm sure I'm gonna fall in that. Now, can I get them through one at a time, or are they gonna try to go through two at a time? Oh, perfect. Good job. Did I get the sheep? No. All right, great. Well, we got our cows. So let's just kind of get you more into the center of the village here. So now I need to figure out where I'm going to put you to. Well, where I'm going to put the cow crusher, that is. Let's see. Alright. Well, thank you too, and for all your hard work. Let's go ahead and, oops. There we go. Nice. Good job. Good job. Alright. Put that away for now, until I know where I'm going to put this. Okay, so the things I'm going to need for this cow crusher, it's a very simple build. It really is. As far as like redstone builds go. And it's a very useful thing to have in your world. So we are going to make a dispenser. So I'm going to have to craft a bow for the dispenser. And I do have some string. I got enough for a dispenser. So let's create a bow. And we're going to make a dispenser as well. We're going to put a bow in the middle and a redstone. So we're going to need a dispenser to dispense water. We're going to need a single button to activate this. Do I seriously not have any planks? I guess I'll make some planks so we can get a single button. There we go. There's a button. We're gonna need a hopper. We're gonna need a hopper to catch all the loots from this thing. So we're also gonna need a chest, and then we're gonna need another chest for the hopper. And we should have iron, right? Do we have iron? Where's our iron? Okay, I have 4 here. Whoa, do I not have iron? Oh, here we go, 53. I was going to say, I could have sworn. I didn't think we were that tight on iron. Okay, let's go ahead and get this whole thing cooking up. With iron, so we can make a hopper. Let's see. So we're going to need 2 chests. One for the hopper, one for to catch the loot. Let's see. And that's about it. I got my bucket of water. We're going to need like a fence post. One fence post. Probably just some ladders to get up onto it. And then whatever we want to build it out of. So what blocks do we want to build this thing out of? Let's see. We don't have a lot of variety yet with blocks, with building blocks. Whatever I go with is what it's going to be, though, because it's not. You can't really swap the blocks out in this build, or else the cows get out of the farm thing. Farm is, I guess, a good way of calling it. We have some tuff. That might look neat in the build. We do have some of this cobbled deep slate. Maybe we'll make it like cobbled deep slate and tuff. maybe some interesting, maybe like some diorite to offset the darkness. I don't know. Let's do some like polished diorite. We'll do maybe some of the decorative tuff. Maybe some of the tough bricks. Let's see, maybe some cobble deep slate. Cobble deep slate bricks. Yeah, surely we can do something with that. Do we happen to have one more? Well, the polished diorite can be on the side where the thingy is. Okay. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's all we need. Now we just need the hopper. So we got some of our iron ready. So we just get that hopper. All right, let's go build us a cow crusher. So where do we want this thing? Where do we want this thing? Let's see. It doesn't have to be the most easily accessible thing because we're not going to be using it all that often. I just want to see what's going on with our farm over here. Okay, nothing's mature yet. We'll have to remember to harvest those potatoes soon and probably start planting. You know what, let me plant some more pumpkins real quick just so we can get those, because those stems take a long time to grow. They really do. So let's go ahead and get some of these pumpkin stems going. Let's break those down into seeds. Okay. It's looking like it's time to sleep again. All right. Big decision time. Where do we want the cow crusher? Is that the same guy? Is that the guy we've already traded with? I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Where do we want this thing? For right now, it's just going to be kind of out in the open, but later we could put a building around it or have it and something else in a building. Eventually, we're probably going to have to cover this up. I don't want this to be just a giant exposed hole in our home, but that will come after because another thing I want to do in this little village area is I want to make it flat. You know, if you think about like a village, a town, a medieval village, a old western town, or anything like that, it's very flat, right? It's flat, and then they have like the little streets, and they put the buildings on the sides of the streets and stuff like that, and they have like their nice little wall around it protecting them. So I want to flatten all of this out, probably down to this level right here. I think this is the level where the farms are. So once I do that, I'll have plenty of dirt to cover that thing up and make it more than like 1 block thick. So that will come later. So where do we want the cows, though? That's the question. Because that's where the melons are going to be over there. I kind of want it like right here near the... I kind of want it here near the wheat farm. I'll tell you what. Let me cut down this temporary... Yeah, let me cut down these temporary trees, and I think it might come over... We'll do it here over by this wheat farm. Do we have... Yeah, we have scaffolding, right? Okay. Here I am. I have all the stuff to build this farm, and now I'm like, yeah, let me do something else that's going to fill up my inventory instead. This is how we Minecraft. Minecraft is getting distracted. If there weren't 100 things to distract us from playing, it just wouldn't be the same game, honestly. It really wouldn't. Did I already have... I already had 64 iron on me, apparently. And you probably all saw that, too. Whenever I was looking for the iron, you probably were like, hey, there's 64 of them in your inventory already. Okay, here we go. Let's spend a few minutes cutting down some trees. And then again, I'll have plenty of oak for now to do whatever I need to do with it. And then later on, I'll build a more proper oak tree farm. But let's go ahead and get these all cut down and out of our way. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn off the shaders now. Because as we discovered last game, it's easier to see what's going on when you're cutting down trees without the shaders. You can see through the leaves. Everything's not dark and shadowed. You'll have to let me know again if you like or dislike the shaders. I can just as easily not use them. I've only heard one opinion about it. Haven't really heard, so I'm guessing people don't really care one way or the other. That's fine if you don't. It's all good. But yeah, definitely not going to try to overuse them. I'm just going to use them when I feel like it, when I think it might look nice. Alright, while we're cutting down trees, we'll tell a little bit of an IRL story. Why not? That'll be fun. I don't do that much here. So I wear glasses. But I haven't needed glasses for most of my life. The glasses are a recent thing that came well, about 6 years ago. So early 2019. When I say early, I mean probably like in January 2019 was the first time I got glasses. And that's because I was seeing stuff like kind of like a double image on something where it's really bright with really dark, like a contrasty, like a lit up road sign, or watching a movie and something is like a dark background, like I was watching one of the newer Star Wars movies, and it was, you know, Princess Leia's face against, and it was like she was sitting and you had just the star field in the background of space, and it was a very bright face against a very dark background, and I would just see like double images. So I was like, okay, maybe it's time to get glasses or something. so that was early 2019, and then of course I got glasses and everything. Things were improved from there. And then a year later, so January of 2020, I went for my 1 year visit, and of course I needed a new prescription because my eyes were changing. So I got that new prescription. And then a year after that was like right in the middle of COVID, right at the height of everything. So I had canceled my appointment because at that time, I wasn't feeling comfortable sitting, you know, that close to other people, you know, potentially breathing and sneezing and all that other stuff. So I canceled that appointment. And ever since then, so the past 5.5 years, I have just completely forgotten to make another appointment. And of course, over those 5.5 years, my eyes have been changing some more. So it has been getting more and more difficult for me to read up close, read small text on the screen. And of course that affects me here when I'm sitting in front of the computer trying to play, because I'm having to constantly like tilt my head up so that I can see out of the bottom parts of my glasses more and more as I need to be able to focus better. So as I'm playing these games, I'm constantly like tilting my head up to try to like look at things and see things. And but just today, this morning actually, I went to a new place and had my eyes all measured and checked and everything, and I should have my new lenses in about a week or so. So that's gonna be awesome. Hopefully it'll make the computer gaming go a little bit easier. One more. Okay, that was the last one. Wow, that was a tall one. Oh, here's another tall one. We're going to have to get up there and get all of those pieces. Oh, this is a really tall one. Look how far up it goes. Holy cow. It's called Hunt the Logs. Hunt the Logs. Okay, there's still something in there. Where are you? Okay, it's up there. There we go. That was the last one. Excellent. Okay. Alright, the giant wall of oak trees is gone now. Now we can actually see our land a little bit. So again, this area here is going to end up becoming the melon farm. So the cow farm, I'm thinking we just kind of stick it over here. Yeah, that works. Okay, so I will want it down low because, like I said, eventually the ground will all be at this level here. So let me just make a space for it for now. I'm not going to clear all of this land at the moment, but I will make it at least enough space to build this farm. Okay. And it's not a very big farm. It really isn't, so that's probably enough space, actually. Okay, let's see. And let's see, we'll probably want it, you know what I'm going to do? Did I not pick that up? Oh, my inventory is full. Let's see, put the torch there. Put this here and here, get my gate. Did I get my gate? I got my gate. Okay. There we go. We'll put the gate on this side, and then we'll put the cow farm right here. Okay, my inventory is a little full here. Okay, hold on a second. Let me sleep. There we go. Okay. All right. Is that a good place for the farm? Let me actually put it a little bit more over here, and then maybe we could end up putting it. Well, see, there's the way out. Well, that way out doesn't have to be our only way out. Okay. That way out was just as temporary. Okay, we'll build it here. So it's offset a little bit just in case we want to build a little building or something around it. Okay, so let's put the entrance of it here. Boom. Okay, we've committed. That's where it's going to be now. And now that I have that, I can at least get some of this out of my inventory for the moment. Okay, just so that I can do stuff without having a full inventory. Okay. There we go. Boom, boom. Okay. Very simple build. Very, very simple build. So this is going to feed into that chest. Okay. So we're going to put a little base around this, and I think I'll make this base diorite. Why not? I only have 7 of them, so. Let's see. I probably need what's going to be the next level? Maybe the next level will be tough bricks. This is going to look silly. It's going to look like some weird, bizarre Neapolitan ice cream. I do need to make one of these into like a stair block so I can open this chest. Let me run back to the stone cutter. I think, was there a stone cutter in this house? Did we leave it there? Ooh, excuse me, sir. Yeah, there we go. Let's turn one of these into a stair block. Oh, excuse me. Boy, sorry. He was just really insistent on using that door at the same time I was. Okay, so we'll put this stair block there so we can access that chest. Perfect. Actually, No, yep, that's correct. Okay, that's correct. I'll put a ladder here so we can get up. Now this one here is going to be our dispenser. Facing in. And we're going to put a bucket of water in there. Oh, there we go. Okay, and then above that, I think just above that we have the top, right? I don't think we go up any further than that. So maybe the top is just these. Okay, didn't even need the deep slate. That's literally as big as this farm is. That's all this farm is. And then you put a button here. And then we're gonna get the cows in here, and then we're gonna put a fence post on top, and that's it. That's the whole farm. Let's see. So let's go ahead and make a little bit of a stair step here for the cows, so I can lure them in there. And okay, I left the wheat over here. Okay, let me get the wheat and some of those leads and drag some of those cows over here. Well, some of them, all three of them. Okay, let's see. Wheat. And leads. There we go. Perfect. Okay, where'd you guys go? All right, there you are. So 2 of you are going to get on leads. 1 of you is just going to have to keep up. But I can come get you if you get lost. Okay. Oh, good. The ones on leads are pushing the one that's not on the lead. That works. I hope none of you get stuck down in this hole. You shouldn't. Everyone still back there? Did we lose number 3 yet? We probably lost number 3. No, I think you're still back there. Okay. And the hardest part of this is just getting them in the hole. So you kind of have to like bump them and push them and try to get them in there. There we go. There's one. Kind of drag you past the thingy a little bit. It's hard to get them into that single wide hole. It's kind of a touchy thing. And I'm shifted so I don't fall in myself. If I fall in there, it's bad news. Because I got to try to break my... Okay, this is getting difficult. Can I just drag them over? No, see, they don't line up if you just try to drag them. Okay, let me take off the leads, first of all. And see if... Maybe they'll stop moving around quite as much. I tell you, this is the hardest part of the farm. Is this right here? Now I could put up like blocks here and blocks there and kind of push them into the corner. Sometimes that's a little easier, but I would think that just 3 cows wouldn't take that long. But apparently, okay, there we go. 1 left. All right, get on in there. Get on in there. There we go. Okay, perfect. All right, they're in the hole. So now we'll just put a temporary block here. We'll put the fence post there. Break that. There we go. That's our farm. All done. And then we want to feed them. We hit the button. They swim up to the top, and we go feed, feed. And that's it. All right. And And it's not going to produce anything, of course, until we get like 20 some in there. And then they'll entity cram. And then they'll... that diorite on the bottom looks kind of silly, doesn't it? I mean, the lightness kind of blends into that a little bit, so that's not too terrible. See, this is the block I can't break. This block and this block I can't break. These corner ones I could break if I wanted to. This bottom I can break. Let's just see. Of course that looks better. The diorite looks a little silly. I mean, it doesn't look silly. I mean, it's just a simple box. I don't know why I'm worried. Okay, I think that looks fine. That looks good. All right, excellent. All right, and we've got some more wheat growing, so that's fantastic. All right, so let's just tend the farms for a minute here, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Let's see. Okay, I can empty some of this stuff out of here. Put that wheat up in there. Okay. And there we go. Okay, perfect. Let's do some more of this other farming. I think we can probably fill up our potatoes at this point. I'm guessing all of those are going to be full. Now, we didn't get a tool with fortune on it yet, did we? We didn't find a tool with fortune, did we? I don't think so. No. Nope. Okay. Let's get some of this out of our inventory. Oof, boy. Yeah, we need more storage as well. That's something I should probably do today as well. Let's see. So why wasn't letting me plant? That was weird. Oops. Okay, here we go. Almost nighttime. Oh, you know what I want to do? I wanted to record flashback just so as I could potentially use that to get a screenshot for my thumbnail. This is obviously an unedited series, so I'm not editing in time lapses or anything like that. But it is nice to look back through and maybe find a nice shot for a thumbnail that might not be, you know, that might be kind of mid-progress if I'm doing something interesting. So I will try to remember to have that recording just so I can get that shot if I need it. All right, that's what I thought. Our potato farm is full, so great. So now at this point, every potato we harvest is going to go towards villager trading. See, that's once we have enough stuff to start trading them, I need to make a farmer. Let's go ahead and sleep. Okay, let's see. Let's get a chest. Let's get a chest started over here for our farming goods. I don't want it. I almost put it right next to the thing, but then people could jump over that. So we'll put it right here for now. We'll move that later if we have to. Okay, let me empty out my inventory a bit. Because I'm about to harvest a ton of carrots. Well, see, here's the problem. I don't have space to empty this stuff into. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so many carrots. Now imagine hitting this whole field with fortune. There we go. Yeah, that's a few carrots right there. So I haven't upgraded to 1.21.6 yet. That did come out this week. And what I was thinking was that I would maybe use that as an opportunity to go to the Nether. But because this is a modded game, I have to wait for the mods and stuff to get upgraded before I switch. So it might be a week or two before this one gets upgraded to 1.21.6. However, I missed last week on my no crafting tables world because I was just a little busy last weekend. But I plan on doing an episode of that this weekend. And that is pure vanilla. There's not a single mod, data pack, resource pack, nothing on that game. So I have already upgraded that to 1.21.6. So in that world, I'm going to go ahead and check out the Nether and see if I can find one of these new little happy ghasts already. So if you're interested in seeing that, hopefully I will have time to record that this weekend. So hopefully that should be out very soon in the next couple of days. All right. Well, I think let's go ahead and start a farmer real quick here. No reason not to. No reason not to. The sooner we get to those golden carrots, the better. So what do we need? We need a composter. All we need is a composter. Do we have one? That's right, we don't have one yet because this village didn't have a farm, I don't think, if I'm remembering correctly. Okay, there's our composter. All right, who wants... No, wait a minute. We do have a farmer. That's right, we have a farmer. We put him in this little house. I'm telling you, I'm getting my worlds mixed up. Okay. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's probably not put the carrots and stuff over here then. Let's put them over where we're going to be trading them. Alright, do not need these rotten potatoes. Poison potatoes. There's nothing, literally nothing you can do with those except eat them and get sick. Alright, do we have one of these chests? What's going on? Oh, I put them in the thing. I was like, what's going on? Okay. Alright, sir. Let's go ahead and start trading. Okay. Alright. We haven't quite unlocked your next level, huh? No, we had to have. Yeah, there we go. Nice. You got all the trades already. Fantastic. 23. So now we just need to level you all the way up to, you know what? I'm going to spend some of these and start leveling you up so we can get you to those golden carrots. You gonna sparkle? You gonna sparkle for me? You really? You want one more cookie trade? Come on, come on. Almost there. Should we buy some soup? Let's buy some cakes. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 cakes. Is that enough? No? Really? One more cake? Okay. One more cake. There you go. Come back, come back. There they are. Golden carrots. Nice. Sweet. Very good. Very good. I don't know what I'm going to do with these cakes. We will... We'll store them in here for now. But I will do something with these cakes. Why not? Now the cookies I have no use for. So the cookies can actually just be composted. It's like chocolate chip bone meal. Stop walking between me and the composter, man. Yes, eventually I will make one of these with hoppers so I don't have to stand here and do that. Okay. Alright. Excellent. Can we fit the bone meal anywhere? No. Boy. Yeah, we need to start finding some inventory. We need to start doing some slightly more proper storage. But in the meantime, let's see how our cows are feeling over there. I bet they're probably ready for some wheat. Oh, and you know what? We probably need to harvest that sugar cane as well. Yeah, this is just this is the grind to enchanting. And the biggest grind here is going to be the cows because they're not going to start creating leather until there's more than 20 cows and more than 20, whatever it is, 26 I think. 26, 24, 23, somewhere around there. 26 maybe is where they start entity cramming. So it's going to be quite a few breeding sessions here before we get... Oh, wait a minute. Why don't I plant this wheat in here? We're going to have to breed these guys up several times before we start actually getting our leather drops from them. Oops. There we go. All right. Very good. Very good. Let's go ahead and prep for our pumpkin field. Let's go ahead and start making that pumpkin field. I'm sorry, the melon field. No reason not to. Our guys are already willing to buy them, so we might as well get all those little melon seeds planted and get this started. No reason not to. Let's clear out some of this a little bit so we can walk by it a little bit easier. And I don't care if this looks stair-steppy right now because eventually it's going to get flattened anyway. Normally, whenever I'm like kind of terraforming like this, I don't like leaving things looking like that. So I'll try to make it look a little bit more natural as I go. But oh, the golden carrot. Sorry, didn't mean to be teasing you, man. But again, that's we're gonna be flattening this out soon enough, so I'm not too worried about it looking a little. I mean, it doesn't look any worse than that gorgeous, gorgeous oak wall. Okay, let's see. What am I looking for? I'm looking for... Where's that cobbled deep slate? We need more of those deep slate brick walls. Deep slate brick walls. There we go. Hopefully that's enough of them. We're going to need another garden hoe here. There we go. I think we still have our old one. Excellent. And let's go ahead and enjoy our little fireflies for a moment before we sleep. I wonder if do they look any different with the shaders? No, they're just little glowy dots. Okay. They don't glow any brighter or anything. Nope. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the pumpkin slices. Melon slices, not pumpkin slices. People typically don't eat pumpkins in slices. And let's see, just looking to make sure I don't have any more seeds up here. Okay, I did see those 3 pumpkins. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn those into seeds. And we'll turn these into seeds. And start planting more of these. Okay, so let's first take up the melons and pop their stems. Pop, pop, okay. And now we can start planting more melons, pumpkins. Pumpkins is one of my favorite vegetables that I don't eat. I eat them, but only in pie form. I'm going to need another gate too, aren't I? Yep, I'm going to need another gate. Not just pie form, also bread form, muffin form. I had an interesting recipe for a pumpkin white fudge, which is really, really nice. Fudge in quotes. But that was really delicious too. But I don't eat just pumpkin, like roasted pumpkin or anything like that. It's only for like pumpkin desserts. What did I come over here for? I need to make a gate. That's what I came over here for. Watermelon, on the other hand. Oh, boy. So good. And they're pretty much in season right now. Maybe I should grab one from the grocery store this weekend. July 4th should be coming up pretty soon. That's a big pumpkin. I'm sorry. Watermelon eating kind of thing. Oh, yeah. Pumpkin melon. I can't get my words straight. Yes, with 4th of July coming up and cookouts and stuff, surely the grocery stores are going to be full of watermelons. Horse. Oh, hey, you know what? There we go. There you go. Just for that, I'll give you one. There we go. That there, okay. And now, let's see. Get some of our torches up here. I remember for a while, the internet made it cool to rag on pumpkin flavored stuff. Because, I mean, pardon me, I get it, right? When it becomes fall, it's like everyone's making pumpkin flavored everything. And I can see, like, you know, when everywhere you turn around, there's a pumpkin flavored, 100 pumpkin flavored things at everywhere you can buy food. So I get why people would get kind of annoyed at seeing that, especially if they don't eat it. But it also kind of made me, like, I don't understand why people would make fun of people liking a flavor. That is just really silly to me. So this whole idea of people, like, acting like they're upset about pumpkin flavored stuff, or like to make fun of people who like it, is just always seemed very, very silly to me. Like as if it says something about your character if you like pumpkin seasoning. Kind of silly, but I never let that bother me. Never let that stop me from, I need to get leaves. I need to just get everything I need in one trip. This is half of me playing Minecraft is me going back and forth to get, like, oh, I needed this. And then when I get back, oh, I needed this. And then when I get back, oh, and one of those. I'm going to have to actually get 2 leaves, aren't I? Oh, there we go. So one more on the pumpkin thing, and then I'll get off it. So my birthday is right around Thanksgiving. My birthday is in the latter half of November. And so growing up, I liked pumpkin pie so much that I started telling my mom I wanted pumpkin pie for my birthday cake. So ever since I was a little kid, my birthday cake was always pumpkin pie, which was always a lot of fun. See, is this where the water is? Yep. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. Water. Okay. And then we'll put a leaf on that. And then we'll do another one in line with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Water. Excellent. Okay. So now let's start making our... Whoops. I think I did that last time. I kept hitting the wrong spot. There we go. Oh. Okay, I'm trying to remember which ones did I not dig out on the other one. How did I do that over here? Oh. Okay, how did I do it over here? Let me get that out of my hand so I stop digging things by accident. Okay, I started on the corners, not on the sides, and then I just didn't do that one. Okay. Simple enough. Hey, buddy. You waiting for the melons too, huh? They're good. I can go to town on a watermelon. Holy cow. Watermelons are so delicious. Let's see. I think that was it, right? That's how I did it on the other one? There we go. I'm concentrating really hard on these melons. I just don't want to keep hoeing out the wrong squares here, the wrong blocks. I remember early on in my Minecraft days, good friend of mine and his wife, we hung out a lot and stuff, and I remember like she she had said something like, well, Minecraft it's just Farmville. I got so unnecessarily offended by that statement. I was like, what? What are you talking about? This isn't Farmville. This is so much more than Farmville. It's like, yeah, you can farm. That is one aspect of the game, but you can do that's a pretty small aspect of the game is the farming. Granted, in the early days, there was less to do in the game, so farming was a big part of it, but still, wasn't that much of it. All right, these are looking pretty good. These seeds are going pretty far. This is pretty awesome. I'm liking this. Okay, so these look like we're looking pretty good on these at the moment. So I'm thinking, so we got all the farms made. I can wait to harvest those. I don't until I need some food. So I could start working on flattening things out. I do have to come by here every now and then and make sure that I get these when they're hungry, so we can get these cows bred up as quickly as possible. Okay, 2. Okay, good. Yeah, I guess it does take 20 minutes for the babies to become adults. They're not... Okay, here we go. Now I can repair these. So if you didn't know... So the reason why I didn't use this one up before I started using this one See, now this one, if you view durability, and I forget what it is, it's F3 plus something that lets you view the durability. You can look that up online. But see, this one is 162 and this one is 24. So if you were to add those together, that'd be 186, right? But if you heal them together, it's actually more than that. It's 198. So you end up getting, in this case, 12 more uses out of it that you wouldn't normally have. Of course, this only works for simple, like stone or iron or whatever. If they're enchanted, this wouldn't work. But that way, when I'm using just raw iron tools and weapons and stuff, whenever one of them is getting ready to break, I save it. And then I just heal it up to with the next one. And you get those like 12 free uses out of it. You know, might as well. Oh, you know what? I probably need to put some more torches down here since No, these light levels are still looking good. They're a little low, but let me just make sure. Okay, I was thinking when I chopped down those trees and chopped down this grass that I might have ruined some of the lighting. Nope, we're still spawn proof. Whoops. That was, what did I just do? Advanced tool tips. Oh, is that the thing? Hold on a second. Did I hit the wrong? So that shows 198 and then F3H. Oh, that's how you turn them on and off. F3H. So if you want to see those durability stats on your things, it's F3 plus H. And now you can see the stats on your stuff. So cool stuff. Turn off those thingies. Excellent. This really does look pretty at night with the shaders, doesn't it? I really like the way the lights glow and stuff in the starry skies. Okay. Let's go ahead and oh, look, we got a calico cat. I love the calicos. I love those. Are like my favorite. We probably don't have raw fish. Let's go get some raw fish. See if we can get this calico before it despawns. That'll be fun. Let me go ahead and sleep though. Now the cats that spawn like this, they will despawn. They won't stick around forever. And especially if you go and leave the chunk, I think they'll despawn pretty quickly. So hopefully we can find enough fish while that guy is still around, because I would really love to have that calico. So that gives us another fun little IRL story. So I've had one cat in my life. This was when I was younger, but not a child. I was late teen, early adult kind of age whenever I got him. So his mother was a good friend of mine's cat. So she had a litter, and I ended up taking one of the kittens for myself. And but the mother was a calico. So a very, very pretty cat, very, very friendly, very nice cat. I forget her name. It's bad that I don't remember her name, but that was a long time ago. But yeah, so she was the mom of my cat. My cat was just a tan, but a really gorgeous, like light colored tan. Definitely tan, but you know, it wasn't like off-white or anything. It was definitely tan, but it was a nice light tan. It wasn't a real dark color. And of course, he had that little bit of white on his, you know, chin and belly and feet and stuff. But he had this one little black spot on his back. One little tiny tuft of hair, part of his back was black. So I named him Spot. His name was Spot. And if any of you are Star Trek Next Generation fans, of course, that's also dating me a little bit. Data had a tan cat named Spot. This was not named after him. I didn't know about that until after I had my cat and named him Spot. Okay, so well, where'd that calico go? Where are you? Where are you? Another funny story about Spot. One of the first few times I took him into the vet, you know, to get him checked out or whatever, you know, all that jazz. It wasn't the first time because he wasn't a kitten at the time. He was at least a little bit grown at that moment. But I remember, so he was on the table and the vet was there and the veterinarian assistant was there. And we were kind of doing whatever. And I remember the veterinarian assistant was kind of like holding him, you know, just kind of like holding him on the table so he didn't run around and kind of like petting him. Where is this cat? Where did you go? I hope you didn't despawn. And she was like, you know, say something to the cat like, oh, you're so soft or you're so cute or something like that while she's petting him, right? So I forget what she said, but say it was like, oh, you're so soft. Okay. She's petting him. Oh, you're so soft. And then oh, no, that's what it was. She saw She saw the black spot on his back. And she said, oh, it looks like you might have like crawled up under the car or something and got a little grease stain on your fur. And then the vet said, well, his name is Spot. And then the veterinarian assistant said, oh, Spot, it looks like you crawled up under your car and got a grease stain on your fur. She told right over her head. And then he just looked at her again and said, his name is Spot. And, oh, and then she got it. And we all had a good laugh out of that. But that was so funny. Okay, I'm going to turn on hitboxes and see if I can find this cat. I hope she didn't despawn already. I hope she just wandered. That's a chicken. I mean, she could have despawned in those couple of minutes it took me to get those fish, but well, maybe I'm not going to get her. Oh well. I'm not seeing her. Oh well. Oh, I got some raw fish now. If I see another one, I can try to snag her. So, here we go. If I can fit the raw fish in the chest. No, I can't. Okay, I think that's the next thing we need to do is storage. So I'm thinking if I'm going to expand my storage, I might as well do it the right way and plan for the future and not just make, you know... Oh, is that the last pumpkin seed? Nice. Okay, the pumpkins are fully... So now every pumpkin I get can be traded. That's awesome. Let's see. I should probably go check on the cows. It might have been 5 minutes for them. Okay, so let me think about where I want the storage. So the storage is a big deal, right? Because that's where, as a Minecraft player, that's where you're going to spend a lot of your time, or that's the place you're always going to be going back to is your storage. So for all intents and purposes, your storage is your home. Okay, they were ready. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so for all intents and purposes, your storage facility is pretty much your home. You can make a decorative home, but the place you're always going to be going back to is your storage. So I should probably make it in a relatively centralized location to this area, right? I also got to think about what I want this storage to be. Do I want it to be kind of like a barn type of thing where it's like a building and you go in there and there's like rows of chests and stuff? Or do I want it to be more like it's like something like in that first season of Craftworks, the last kind of base that I made, It had kind of like a storage system, which I really like, which is kind of like a pit-shaped storage system, for lack of a better word. So it's like you go into the middle of it, and then you're surrounded by all of your chests. And I kind of like that. I really, really liked that design. And I've used that before in the past on a family server. And which is, I mean, like years ago. And that's why I ended up making it in Craftworks, because I was like, hey, you know what? I did this all these years ago. I should do that again. So if I did that, maybe I could make that like here. Like this could be like boom, right here in the middle is my big storage pit. The only problem with that, the only problem with that though is that the villagers might start latching on to like work tables. So I'm gonna have to be careful about that. Yeah, that's the only bad thing about trying to make your base with villagers is that, you know, you put down like some cauldrons for a lava farm or something, and then suddenly you got a bunch of leather workers that you maybe didn't want. Or you put down your stone cutters, and then suddenly you got a bunch of masons running around. So that's one thing you gotta kind of have to be aware of if you're living with villagers. Let's make sure I got all the lighting back. Okay. I think we're good. Okay. I just don't want zombies to spawn in here. So, but I think for my storage pit, see, I don't want it up over there. I feel like even though my spawn is up on that hill, and I'll have some kind of protective little building for me to spawn in if I die while I'm out adventuring without a bed, I still feel like I'm living here in this village. Right? This is where all my farms and stuff are. This is where I'll be spending the time. Alright, so let me start flattening out an area here for that. Now I have two ways that I can do this. I can make it a pit that I walk down into, like a literal pit, or I can make it a raised, like a walled building that you then walk into the center of, and then it's like you have like and then it's like you're in the pit with the chests around you. How do I want to do this? Let me think about it while we're carving away some of this dirt. Let me take a little sip while we're doing that. Okay. All right, let's start digging out some of this dirt. Dig out some dirt. We'll start prepping for this storage build. In the meantime, though, I need to make a couple of chests just because my inventory is just getting too ridiculously full. Okay, so we're going to stick 2 of them here for the moment, just so I have some places I can put some stuff in. And I'll put 2 of them over here a little bit closer so we can put in like dirt and stuff. We'll just stick it over here for now. Right there is going to be fine. Okay. So we're going to take it down to this level. I don't know how big this is going to be. I don't know how big this is going to be. It all depends on how much storage I want. Really, the size is basically going to be dictated by how much storage I want in this building. Another thing I can consider is that this storage doesn't have to house everything I own. So if I'm going to be living here in a village with villagers, my plan is that, my plan, we'll see how well the plan goes, but my plan is that I'll end up making different buildings for the different villager types. So similar to, I want to grab some of these little bushes while they're still before I just tear them all away. And I know that you can actually replicate them with bone meal, so it's not critical that I pull up every one of these bushes, but I want to make sure I save a few so I don't have to go searching later. 'Cause I really like these new little bushes. They're pretty cool. Those right there. Yeah. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So if I end up making, like, different buildings, like, so, for example, I make, like, well, even if it's not villagers, like, I can make something like a stone. Okay, like, so say for, if, I need to organize my thoughts here. Okay, so you're making your storage, right? And you're making your storage your main base storage. So say you have a chest for something you know you're going to end up with a lot of, like stone. Just the example, or dirt, right? Over time in the game, you're going to end up with chests and chests full of certain materials. Stone, dirt, deep slate, things like that. I don't need every chest of that stuff in my main storage. Like, I can have, like, a stone chest, maybe even 2 of them, cobblestone chest, you know, 1 or 2 dirt chests, but then I could have like another building in town somewhere that then has like, you know, 10 more chests full of stone, right? So I don't have to have like every single double chest full of material X in my main storage. I can have 1 or 2 double chests just to make sure that when I need it to, you know, when I need those as supplies for something, they're there. But then if I have excessive amounts of a certain material, I can have a separate storage building that's here in town, in the village, that is that has the overflow. So all of that rambling to say that my storage building doesn't have to be massive. It can still be pretty big because you know how Minecraft is, right? And there's so many different blocks that you end up really, to sort it out well, you really do need a lot of chests. So while it is still going to be pretty decent size, it doesn't have to be quite as massive as you know what, I'm really going to eat through this shovel. This is a diamond shovel. You know what, there's more diamonds where these came. We still have 4 more diamonds. If I eat through the shovel, so be it. I make another one. I'm not going to stress out over that. I know a lot of people will be very hesitant to use up their diamond equipment until they can get like mending and everything on it. I understand that, but you know, I can still wait till I get it and then just go mine some more diamonds to make those mending tools later if I need to. So I'm not going to stress out too much over using up these tools. Yeah, clearing out this land to be level is going to take a long time, isn't it? Like, I'm just trying to get this area here so that I can get a good look on how I want to build the storage building. And this is taking a while. How much leather do we have already? Let me check and see, can we at least get some low-level enchantments going? Let's see. Leather. We have 15 leather. Oh, that doesn't make us too many, though, does it? No leather up there. Let's see. Maybe because even if I can just get like efficiency 1 on this thing, it'll make things go a lot faster. So let's go ahead and get some of this paper. Okay, let's see. I think that was all of them. And paper and books. And we need planks. Bookshelves. We can make another one. Let me get some more wood. Oh, that's 5 bookshelves, so that should get us an enchantment that's at least, you know. Let's see. We have 31 levels, and we have some lapis. We have some more lapis here. Okay, let's get our first enchantment here. See if we can get something useful on this shovel that might help us dig out this dirt a little bit faster. Where are we going to put this for now? This can move. This is temporary. Boop. So it's going to be right here temporarily. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that gets us efficiency 2. There we go. Just efficiency 2. But that should help us hack away at this dirt a little bit quicker. Don't know why I'm carrying around a furnace this whole time. Or a bundle. I'm not adventuring right now. I don't need the bundle. There we go. Of course, I should have just made a... Well. I should have made a brand new shovel and put that efficiency on it, but that's okay. No biggie. Well, it's a little quicker. Okay. So I'm just kind of clearing out this whole big area here just for now. And then we'll see how big we want to make this storage room. Oh, that dirt looked funny in the light just then. It looked like red. Digging dirt is not the most exciting thing in the world, but I'm only going to do this patch of it right now just so we can get this storage started. This is funny how, and I've been thinking about this recently, especially with all these worlds that I'm playing where where's my bed? Did I throw it in a chest by accident? Yeah, I did by accident. Okay. You know, like I said, like I'm playing all these games that are, you know, quote pre-dragon, right? And it's kind of like highlighting to me how differently the game is played now versus how it was played when I first started playing it, you know, 12 years ago, however long ago. There was a lot more adventuring and going out to caves and stuff back then. And now I feel like, kind of like once you get this first set of equipment and stuff, really the grind is very much at home for quite a while because you really have to set up stuff like enchanting and villagers for trading and all of those things that you'd have to do to start setting up your home. And really the way you advance in the game is that way for a while. And then you don't need to adventure so much, right? Because of course, you know, back in the day, before you had all things like mending enchantments and everything, you really had to go caving all the time to get more diamonds and everything, so that whenever your tools, broke, you could make new ones and all of that kind of stuff. So, but even now, right? Like, so iron, you make an iron farm and you no longer have to go mining for iron. You can find, you can make, lava farms and then use that for fuel. You don't have to worry about going out and get too much coal. You get mending on all of your diamond equipment. You don't have to go get very many more diamonds. So it seems like, it just feels like, and I'm not saying this like I'm not complaining. I'm not like, oh, Minecraft was better back in the day. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just kind of just an observation that the game is just played a little bit differently now, and it feels like the going out and mining isn't really as big of a part of the game anymore, really. I mean, going out to explore is one thing because there are a lot more resources to find out and about, and that you need to go to different biomes and stuff to get those materials. But then even with a lot of those materials, you can get, bring it home and start farming it, like trees and stuff like that. Anyway, just a thought. Not complaining. Nothing good or bad about what I'm saying. Just different. It plays a little differently. That's all. Yeah. Just thinking about how okay, move all the dirt. There we go. Yeah, about how my first episode was mostly mining to get all the equipment, and then the second episode I got the last few diamonds I needed, and then I haven't been in a cave. I haven't needed to go into a cave since. Okay, let's see. Now, how big do I want this storage to be? And do I want it to be down or up? Do I want it to be a building that I walk into? Or do I want it to be a pit that I just walk down? If it's a pit, it's going to be a little bit more accessible from any direction. So that's one thing to consider. If it's a building, it's only going to be accessible through any doors that I create. So that's one thing to consider. And then, of course, really, guy? There we go. Thank you. And then there's the question of how big is this thing going to be? So if I go like 8, thinking of the size. I should probably make it odd number. That would make more sense. So if I do 7 or 9, okay. So if I think about if I'm standing in the center, here comes the rain. I think I'm going to turn off the shaders for now, just because, well, it didn't get any brighter. I was thinking it was okay. So say this is the middle of my storage pit, for lack of a better word. Okay. Let's say it's going to be a pit. Okay, so this is the middle. And I'm going to mark that middle with a crafting table for now. Boom. There we go. Now, I'm going to have like chests to where you can turn around and see like a bunch of chests. Do I make it 7 or 9? So if it was 7, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we clear out all of this. Right, so you would be standing here, and it would be, chest, 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 you know, those blocks would be the ends of the chests, not the torches, the actual dirt blocks. Right, so then you'd have 7, 7, 7, and 7, and then you'd have another layer that goes tiers up, and then another layer that tiers up from that. I think that's probably a pretty decent size. Now the other option would be to make it 9 by 9, so we go out another block. So that means, of course, each tier of chests can hold more chests. It makes it just a little bit more roomy down here and when you're in the bottom of the pit, so you don't feel quite as boxed in. Okay, let me think about that for a minute. While I go check on the cows and see if they're ready to be fed again. Because again, I would really like to get that enchantment table up pretty quickly so that, well, when this shovel goes, I might be able to get a better enchantment on it. I'm thinking the 9 by 9 in the center is probably the way to go. Just gives us a little bit more room to move around. That's what I'm thinking. Hopefully not too many more feedings until those guys are full. I haven't seen another cat walking around yet. Okay, let me go ahead and dump these seeds. Alright, you know what? Yeah, let me go stretch my legs real quick, and I'll think about the size of this and whether I want it to be a pit or a building. And then, I'm going to be back in, well, for you, it'll just be 1 second. Be right back. Alright, I'm back from my little stretch break here. So I think I've decided to go with pit instead of building. So if I went building, I'd have to, like, go all the way to the outside and raise this wall up, surround the whole thing. That feels like too much. I think I'm just going to go with pit. So I have to decide how many... Well, hey, buddy. So where's all that oak that I just chopped down earlier? Where is all that oak? I'm going to need a ton of chests. So let me do this at first. Let me go ahead and just make all of these 3 stacks into chests. That's a lot fewer chests than I expected it to be. I mean, heck, 1 stack's not even going to cover the first row. Oof. Yeah, this is going to require an awful lot of chests. I'm almost thinking the 7 by 7 might be okay. I'm thinking the 7 by 7 might be... So if I go 7 to 7, eventually I'm going to need tons of, what you call it, item frames that you need the leather for to kind of mark what's in the chests. And if I have, so that's another thing I need a ton of leather for. But also, if you think about, like when you're in the corner here, if I have like one chest here and the next row here, I can't put an item frame on both of those. So, even though this is 9 by 9, I think I'm only going to go 7 by 7, but then I'm going to have an open spot here so the item frames can fit there. How many layers down do I want this? I think I only want to go like... Do I just go 2 layers down? Is this... I could just go 2 layers down because that's going to be an awful lot of chests. Okay, let's go. So this is like the top. Let's go. Let's start with 2 layers down. Let's see what that looks like, how that might play out. This shovel's gonna break very soon. We got 27 more digs on this shovel. There we go. Okay, so before we get too far on this, let's go ahead and make another shovel, and let's get some enchantments on these. So let's get one of our diamonds here. Do we have any sticks? We do have sticks. And let's get a shovel, and let's get that lapis. Alright, what can we get on these? What can we get on this? Unbreaking 2, efficiency 1. What are the odds that this is going to have efficiency? Probably not. What can we get on the pickaxe? Unbreaking 2. Let's go ahead and get Unbreaking 2. Oh, and efficiency on our pickaxe. That's nice. Let's do now what do we get on the shovel? Efficiency 2. Let's do that. And Unbreaking 2. Great. Fantastic. Perfect. Perfect. Now, hopefully, these villagers won't start jumping down in here once it's carved down a couple layers here. Okay, so if we did 7, I think they're going to have to be at that there. Like, do I make it ridiculous and go like 3 layers? That's going to be so many chests. But hey, it gives us room to expand our storage. So let's go down 1 more layer. This is going to be the storage pit. And then one thing we're going to have to decide is what direction do the chests open? Because we're going to be looking at all of these things sideways. Okay, so this is going to be our ground floor. Okay. This is the center. Okay, so that means we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to have like basically 7 double chests there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There. Okay, so we're going to have our first row of chests are going to be those blocks. Those spots. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, Okay. That means everything above them has to go. There's more digging in this episode than I expected. But yeah, we got to get this storage sooner rather than later. We really don't want to... again, if we're going to expand our storage, we might as well just do it correctly right from the beginning, rather than just like having just tons and tons and tons of just random chests full of random stuff. Might as well do it right. It's going to make the rest of the game go a lot smoother. Okay, and right now, these corners aren't going to have anything in them for the moment. So I can leave those corners solid for now. If you're having trouble envisioning what I'm doing here, you'll see soon enough. It's going to come together pretty quickly once I start putting it together, what I'm actually trying to accomplish here. Right now I'm not worried about the floor and stuff. I can do something more interesting with the floor later. So let's say the chest will always open that direction, okay? So this is our first layer of chests here, and we're going to do that all around. Oh, let me turn this on just in case I want to get a screenshot from there. Okay. Oh, okay. That wasn't quite a stack. I miscounted. Okay. Fair enough. So what did I do wrong there? What did I do wrong here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is what I did wrong. Okay. Let's just put cobblestone for the moment. Okay. Okay. So now, the next layer of chests is going to go here. All right, so now the next layer of chests. Oh, I'm just getting click happy here. Here we go. It's going to go like this. Right, so you got first layer of chests, and then second layer of chests, and then third layer of chests. Goes right here. There we go. And of course they can like this can come over further, right? It's just that these I didn't want them right next to each other so that you can squeeze like you can put item frames on the ends of these. Actually the item frames I think, can you put 2 item frames in a corner like that? You might be able to, so I might actually be able to squeeze the... Oh, this guy's gonna be stuck down here for a while now, isn't he? Anyway, this is the idea of it. So let's keep going and see. So I can make some kind of a proper top here with like maybe fence gates or something so that I can get in here and then run down here and do what I need, and then I can hop back up. Or I could even do another layer of chests if I wanted to. Let's see. Let's do some sleeping here first. Oh, I don't want him down there. Is he going to be smart enough to actually climb the chests? I mean, he does. So if he would he know though that this is a way out? Oh, see, these guys are going to be a problem. Okay, so let's go ahead and at least carve out where these chests will go. Alright, so we're going to have a layer of chests there. And the layer. Okay, he did climb all the way out, so that's good. They know that they can climb those chairs, these chests like they're stairs. Okay, so at least they won't all get trapped down in there. Okay. Let me check on the cows. I did use up all of our current leather creating the books. I would really like to get 2 item frames just to see if they'll go in that corner. I think they might, actually. Are we gonna have enough? Oh, we're not entity cramming yet. Okay. Nope, not quite full yet. We gotta be getting close, though. We gotta be getting close. Let me just double check if I have any leather over here that I might have missed. I don't think I do. But let's check. No. Nope. Nope. I don't see any. Okay, fair enough. No problem. I did use up a lot of my wood. For making, okay. But if nothing else, even if I want to keep this gap here, the next layer can still come in one more, right? So the next layer can be like that. Oh, not quite like that. Like that. Yep, so they can still kind of like tier up like that. And then the next one goes there. Right. Right, so each layer kind of gets more chests than the ones before it. And then if I can get the 2 item frames in the center, then this will be chest, 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 chest there as well. Okay, very good. So that's pretty much the design I'm going for the storage pit. And I feel like this size is pretty good. You get in here, you don't feel too cramped. You get pretty easy access to everything that you need. Yeah. Okay, I think the size is going to be good. The only thing I don't like is that I do have to jump to get out of there. So while that is an option, I might take one of these directions and then cut like a stairwell in the middle of it. Okay, well, while I'm deciding on that, let me go ahead and continue carving out this space. And I probably honestly don't need more than 3 layers of this. Like, I probably don't need this last layer. I left room for 1 more layer if I needed it, but I probably won't need that. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of making the making one of them have the stairwell out, just so that there is one direction that I could just run straight out of if I wanted to. Because I'm gonna have plenty of storage, even with that. Okay, so now let's bring it in 1 more. Wait a minute, I'm getting a little confused here. Wait a minute, that wasn't supposed to go. It goes like that. Okay. It's a lot easier to do when you're putting the chest down as you're doing it. I just don't have the wood right now. Yeah, because the chest goes there, and then the next one up goes like this. That only goes 1 deep. That's part of the problem. Okay, there we go. And then this breaks down like that. Okay. Yep. Okay, that looks better. And then this one goes in 1, and then this one's gonna chop back 1 more. Like this. Yep, there we go. Okay. There we go. And that will be our storage pit. So now just imagine that happening all the way around all of these edges, all of these sides, kind of going all the way up to the corners like that, and then potentially even a 4th row on top of all of that. So you just kind of have to imagine it for now, because that's going to be, this was 3 stacks of logs. So you can see that that's going to take a while to get those completely filled up. Give you guys an easy way out of this thing. So I kind of have this thing going. Eventually this whole area is going to get flattened out, so I'm not too worried about this looking kind of goofy at the moment. Not too worried about that. There we go. Okay. All right, so that's going to be our storage. So, and I'm thinking if we have a way out, if we have a stairwell out, it's going to be here. And I don't think I just want it to be 1 wide, so it's going to be 3 wide. So this will be our way out. If we don't feel like hopping over all the chests, which means I'm going to need some kind of stairs there. And at the moment, I'm just going to build with what I have. So let's just go with this. We'll change all of this stuff out for better looking things later. There we go. So here's our way in, and then we come down here and we got all of our storage, and then here's our way out. Perfect. I love it. Fantastic. Yep. Okay. Nice. And of course, there's no lights down here. So for now, let's make sure we get things lit up. Make sure all up here is lit up. So we don't, again, no zombies over here in villager land. No zombies. Okay. There we go. We're good to go. Awesome. Okay, that's going to be great. That's going to be fantastic. So I'll start moving stuff over here in just a second. But first, let's do another round of farming and probably some trading because I'm only down to 1 carrot now. Feed some more of those cows. Okay. Okay, let's start with doing some farming here, and we can trade up with our farmer villager. Okay, that's a lot of potatoes. Don't need the poison ones. Let's go ahead and trade him the potatoes first. Where's the farmer? You're not in your house, buddy. Where'd you go? Where are all the villagers? Okay, they're just wandering around. Okay. Okay, great. Now let's go ahead and get carrots. So I'm going to have to look and see what all new stuff is in 1.21.6. Of course, I know the ghasts. I don't know what else there is. And I know, of course, the shaders, but that's only for... It's not for Java yet. Because it's only for Bedrock. And even then, I've already seen some things online where there's some problems with the shaders. But... I don't know what else is in this release. If there's anything else, I'll have to take a look. I'll take a look and see if there's, because there's got to be more stuff. I mean, I know the releases are kind of small, but there's got to be some more interesting things. Okay, let me feed you all these carrots. Oops, what did I just do? Okay. Getting lots of pumpkins in here. This is good. All of our stems are growing up. So planting them in this grid pattern, it does help them grow faster for reasons that I don't feel like explaining at all at the moment, but it does help them grow faster. But it does make harvesting them a little bit more tricky because you kind of have to harvest them at an angle, and it's very easy to pop their little stems when you do. So, well, I was just thinking, so if I'm not necessarily looking for speed, I could replant them more like in rows because it'll make harvesting them a lot easier. But I'm also thinking, like, I could just make the automated farm, right? So I should probably just keep this manual farm the way it is for now. And when I feel like I want to upgrade it, I'll just go straight to an automated farm. Yeah, okay, yeah. That makes more sense on this world. Can't do that on my solo world because I just won't have I won't get enough pistons, and I won't get a mine cart with a hopper in it or anything, so I won't be able to automate this on that world, but I can definitely do it on this world. Okay, here we go. Alright, just in time. That was my last carrot. Oh, I have to craft all of these pumpkins. Oh, these melons. Yeah, I don't have silk touch yet. So I have to actually craft the melons. So you get a lot less melons out of it because of that. Alright. Okay, we got a few more carrots now. Excellent. Close the door on his nose. Okay, let's go ahead and... Oh, there's the poison potatoes. Oops. There we go. Let's go see if these cows are ready. I know that last batch will still be baby cows, but maybe we can at least get some more bread up here. Okay, I'm not seeing any of them dying yet to cramming, so okay, so we're not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. But we should be getting close. And I should also say, like, that storage pit, like, we'll make it look nicer. I mean, there's not much you can do with it the way it is, but, you know, we will make it look nicer. We can do something with the floor, something, you know, we can get some hidden lighting underneath those chests once we have some decent light blocks, more than just jack-o'-lanterns. So yeah, so we can do some more interesting things with that storage pit. It won't look so drab. Yeah, it'll look nicer eventually. Okay, let's go ahead and do our sugar cane real quick here. Make sure we have plenty of paper once we start getting that leather. Alrighty. Oops. Okay, so now what I want to do, so I got plenty of time left. I could start harvesting some more wood and start trying to fill out this storage chest and then start moving the storage down. Meanwhile, tending the cows. I think that sounds like a plan. Let's do that. Now, as far as just straight up harvesting logs, those jungle trees are pretty nice for that. Because they'll really they'll provide a lot of logs pretty quick. I love it whenever they get the full vine growth on them because you can climb all the way to the top. It takes a minute to break the couple blocks because you're still technically on the vines. But then once you're here at the top, you can just go to town. Love it. Makes it so easy. Now with the new growth, you typically don't get vines that go all the way to the top, but you might be able to get like halfway up or so before you have to start doing the stair-steppy thing. Definitely a lot nicer. Another log up there? There sure is. Okay. I sure hope we get 4 saplings out of this. That's not guaranteed with these jungle trees. The jungle, like the different trees, their sapling drop rate is different for the different trees. And it might be improved now than what it used to be, but I remember back in the day, like you could very easily do a big jungle tree like that. Look at this, we only got 3 saplings. There you go. And you just don't... Oh, we got 4. We got exactly 4 saplings out of it. Okay, let's sleep. But it was pretty common in the early days, at least, or it seemed to be common, that you would only get like 2 or 3 out of a tree. I don't know if they've changed it or if I'm just misremembering it. But at least a good thing with jungle trees is you can make a single trunk sized jungle tree, which you can't do it with like stuff like the dark oaks. Those you have to have the 4. And it is a lot harder to get 4 saplings out of a dark oak than a jungle tree. There we go. Ooh, that's nice and tall one. Yeah, you see how the vines don't quite go to the top, although this one, you get pretty decent size on this one. Let's see if we can get up these. It's kind of weird when they go diagonal. There we go. Oh, there we go. We got almost to the top. That's pretty awesome. Oh, I broke that vine. There we go. Alright, don't have to go stair step too much to get to the top of this one. See, now this one seems like it has less leaves on it than the last one. So this one, we could potentially not get all of the saplings. Okay, this is taller than I thought it was. Holy cow. I didn't set up my stair steppy things right. Let me put another one there. I thought I was closer to the top and that I didn't need the stair steppies. Okay, I am at the top now. Okay, good. Is there a log over there? Yes, there is, sure enough. All right. Let's see how many chests these 2 trees will make. And one thing that's cool about that design is it doesn't have to be that big. That inner bit can be, you can, pull it in a block and make them 5 across the bottom instead of 7. The little floor in the middle is a little bit smaller. Feels a tiny bit more cramped, but it's still plenty of room. So, and you can still get, and you can see how like when it tiers up with the different layers, you end up with just tons and tons of chests. So you can do that storage system and not even make it as big as what I made and still have a very effective storage that's going to get you quite a lot of storage space. Oh, nice. We got 9. We got 9 saplings out of that one. That's good. Okay, so let's see if that'll grow on its own. Oh, we got 10 saplings out of that one. Holy cow. Let's see if that'll grow on its own while we're making some of these chests. So, rather than using up the last bit of our bone meal. All right, so I just want to do the jungle logs, not the oak logs. Okay, and chests. Boom, 1 stack. Okay, a little more than a stack and a half. Okay, that's good. All right. Okay, we got our stairs over here, which is just fine. Again, we're going to have so much storage that I don't think those stairs are going to be taking much away from this. So now, if this was a building, this would probably be a 1 wide walkway out to the door. Like if it wasn't a pit, if you want to make it a building and you want like the floor to be ground level, then you would just do like a 1 wide cut in the thing that goes out to the door. Pretty simple stuff. Which that's how I did it the first time when I built this on my family server years ago. It was a building. Because it was also like essentially my base to protect me from like mobs and stuff. So I had like walls sticking out every other block to prevent spiders from climbing up the sides and stuff. It was pretty cool. Oops. Let's see. Oop, I would like it opening sideways, not front ways. Oops. And yeah, I'll come through and clean up all these blocks. These aren't going to be like cobblestones and stuff later, and dirt and everything else. I'm actually going to finish this layer already. I'm like 3 chests away from finishing that layer. See, that's quite a lot of storage. But I can go up 1 more layer of this if I wanted to. I can make it 4. And even though I could, if the item frames do go in the corners, I could put even more chests. But I think I might leave those corners open anyway, and maybe use that as a way to hide light blocks and stuff. Nice, this is awesome. So I just need 3 more chests to finish this off. While I just make those 3 chests. 1, 2. Go. There we go. Nice. All right, we have all of our chests, so that's fantastic. Okay, so let me go ahead and well, let's see if the cows need to eat first. That might have been 5 minutes. And then we'll start moving our storage down there and getting it. Start doing a little bit of organization. Isn't that going to be fun? I know. Y'all are loud, huh? Oh! We just got our first cramming. Nice. Very good, very good. Let's see how much leather we got out of that. I swear I just thought I heard a zombie. I am hearing a zombie. How much you want to bet there's a cave like right underneath this thing? Like, oh look at that, 8 leathers. Yeah, there's a zombie. There's gotta be one like right below us. He's not bothering me, though. All right, I want to try out the item frame thing, just to see. Although I don't think I am going to put the chests in the corners like that. I do want to see if that'll work. So as it's, you know, I got plenty of sticks. There we go. 1, 2. 1, 2. And hey, I got enough leather for 2 more bookshelves, which is awesome. Alright, so let's see if these things will go on the corners. Guess I can do it anywhere. I can do it here. They do! So I could say like that in one side and... They do! Okay, so I can put the chests right up against each other if I wanted to. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 24 more chests. Nice. Very, very cool. I will probably do that. Let's go ahead and get these bookshelves. Let's get these bookshelves done real quick here. I have more paper in there. Okay, let's see if I have... Okay. Oops, let me first do the books. Okay, I had enough paper. Okay, great. Do I have planks already made? I got some planks. Okay. Let's see if that's enough. Where's... Oh, there they are. Bookshelves. There we go. That was enough for our 2 bookshelves. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and get 2 more bookshelves on this thing. Oh, 1, 2. Bloop, bloop. Yeah, we're getting like 14th level now. Awesome. We're getting there. We're getting there. Man, this is all coming together, isn't it? We're starting to have a little home here now. This is pretty good. This isn't just a village where we're setting up a camp. We're starting to turn this into a home. This is pretty awesome. I love it. This little hill's been bothering me. I'm just going to chop this down a little bit while we're here. You know what? Just because I feel like it, we're going to see the nice pretty glowy lights while I do this. Because it is nighttime. And we're pretty well protected in here, so I'm not too worried about working during the night at the moment. Very nice. Look at that, how that kind of glows with the slightly orangey type wood from the chests. That's kind of cool. And eventually we'll get some better lighting in there and stuff, some cooler looking lights, and we'll decorate this up a little bit, probably have some kind of railings or some better looking blocks. We'll do something. We'll do something with this. It's not just going to be a boring pit that goes grass and then blip pit. It'll be more interesting eventually. Let's take out another layer of this silly little hill. So while I'm sitting here doing this, I'll just take a moment to kind of plug my other stuff that I'm doing for anybody here who's new and you're not familiar with my channel yet. Maybe you're watching this and you haven't subscribed or anything. Maybe this is the first one you're watching. But I do actually I have 2 other Minecraft series going on right now. I've got a single player series where I'm playing straight vanilla Minecraft. But I'm doing it where I cannot use crafting tables. So anything that I can't craft in this little 2x2 window, I either have to find it naturally in the world or I just don't have access to it. Like I don't have access to boats. I can't craft a boat, nothing. But I can do stuff like, you know, I can trade for like armor with a villager, right? So I can get like low level enchanted diamond armor off of a villager. Through, you know, once I trade them up, that kind of stuff. So it's kind of interesting because I'm finding out all the different ways you can actually get some of these materials naturally in Minecraft, which is pretty wild. You don't really think about that normally in the game because you can just craft whatever you want. So that's a really fun series. It's a fun challenge. And again, that was pure vanilla. I also have another series on my channel where I'm playing a co-op game with my friend Zinkberg, and we have a lot of fun together. And it's a totally different kind of feel because we're playing together at the same time, and so we have a lot of fun. There's a lot of just joking around and just having a blast with each other. So if you like that kind of thing, that's a fun series. I also do have a second channel called MC.2, and that I'm playing a couple of different games. That's for like non-Minecraft games. So the main one I've been playing is a game called Foundation, which is a medieval city builder, and so I've been enjoying that a lot. And I have a few other things on there that aren't quite as popular as that one. But I'll play other games and stuff too. So that's another thing I've got going on. Anyway, so yeah, if you're new here and you're not familiar with my channel, that's some more things you might be interested in. Okay, how am I looking on light here? Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of get rid of this hill right here. Hopping over this hill every time to get to my stuff has been getting annoying. So I just wanted to chop that down a little bit. And now that this is ground level, I can make this layer of it dirt. Probably not the best thing to be spending my tools on at the moment, considering I don't have mending and stuff yet, but that's okay. It's funny to me just how many golems these guys are making. It must just be because they wander kind of out of range, and then the villagers don't realize they're there, and then they make another one. Because I can't imagine we have enough villagers to have as many golems as we have walking around. Okay, once I'm done putting dirt on this patch, I'll stop this little part here. Let's see. No, I'm not gonna keep flattening out the terrain in this episode. I just want to do this little part. Thank you. Alright, are we protected with the light? Okay, no spawnables. Excellent. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. I should probably go ahead and start. Oh, look at that. How short that jungle tree was. I just heard a cat. Where are you, cat? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, I guess those guys are on the shoreline, aren't they? You guys have an open... Okay. Alright, I guess the water line's not completely safe. I didn't consider that. Wow. Oh boy. Okay, I didn't consider that. That's going to be an issue. So eventually, and this was a great suggestion I had in the comments. Someone suggested that I put like a almost like docks, like a boardwalk type of a dock around this shore, and I think that'd be pretty awesome. Once I build that, I could probably get it to where those drowns can't get up out of the water anymore. But until that happens, I probably shouldn't be working at night. Because this isn't quite as secure as I thought it was. Okay. Now, where was that cat? I was somewhere right around here when I heard that cat. Was it in a house? No. So now, okay, so last episode, wasn't there a time where like I walked over one of these hills and I heard a cat and I thought like maybe there's a shallow cave that the cat was in? I wonder if that's what that was. I wonder if, because, you know, like over there, right, there's obviously a shallow cave that had a zombie groaning in it. I wonder if there's a shallow cave around here that the cat spawned in. Because I don't see the cat that I heard. Yeah, I was right around here, because then the zombie came from over here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know where that cat is. Huh. Okay, let me stop digging at the dirt here. I said I was going to stop. Okay, I should probably start putting some of my storage down here. Let's start with dirt and stone and stuff. Okay. Gravel. Start with like the blocks, right? The dirt, the stone, things that are full-on blocks. Okay. Dirt. Okay. Granite. Diorite. Okay, there we go. So if we come down here, I'm thinking stone stuff will be on this side. So we'll go like stone and maybe like wood and stuff and other things. Okay, so stone on this side. So let's just start with, whoops, cobblestone there. Stone and stuff. Maybe we can start with like dirt over here. Okay. And now this one's cobblestone, so maybe this one can be stone. And then we can get like granite and diorite. Well, for now, these can be in the same one. And then we could say like deep slate. Gravel over here next to the dirt. And we can get tough in here. Here we go. Okay, we got some miscellaneous blocks there. Okay, great. Perfect. And let's see. Let's get all of our wood stuff next. Wood things. Stuff crafted out of wood. Okay. Figured we have more wood than this. But I guess we've been using all of our wood building that gorgeous, gorgeous wall. Well, yeah, okay. That was all the wood. Do we have saplings? Saplings. Okay, lots of saplings in here. Lots of oak saplings. I probably don't need this many oak saplings. I need to rig up my auto, what you call it? Composter. I just don't want to make a farmer out of it. That was weird. Did you hear the cat? Like it must have spawned in and it was like suffocating or something briefly. Okay, is that like the tabby? Okay, I'll think I'm not gonna tame that one yet. I don't need to tame every cat, but I would like a calico though, and a Siamese. Those are my favorites. I I got distracted. What was I doing? Wood. Okay, we'll do wood on this side, so we'll do oak. Oak. And then we'll go birch. And then, let's see, oak. 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 We'll go birch, and then we can go like jungle. Dark oak. Okay. Up here we can put, I'll say, non-denominational wood things. So wood things that are built out of, that can be any type of wood. Well, scaffolding isn't really, but it is. It is and it isn't. Let's see. I guess theoretically we should have a bamboo chest in there as well. Okay, that which the scaffolding can go in. Okay. This can start our bamboo box. Do we have any other bamboo stuff in here? A little bit of bamboo there. Okay. I'm just going to create a couple of blocks of it. Just because. Might as well. Just so that when we look in the box, we see more than just bamboo. We can see wood. So let's get the scaffolding out of there, and we'll go ahead and throw bamboo down here. There we go. Okay, what else do we have? Let's see. Ores. Ores. Let's do ores next. Redstone, I think, will be separate. Ores. Let's see here. So this is how I sort. Rather than just filling up my inventory with things and then deciding where they go, I kind of start pulling them out by types of things and start there. So ores, okay. So if we got like stones over here, stones and dirt, this can kind of be our kind of natural blocks. This, we've got trees. We could have other kinds of plants and stuff over here, flowers, leaves. So this over here, we can start like our ores and our tools and stuff over here. So we'll start with all of our ores. And I do consider flint an ore just because it's an oddball thing. It's that where it kind of feels like that's where it belongs. So that will be our ores. Okay. And then what? Let's see. Let's start going with decorative plants. So flowers. Flowers and decorative plants. Okay, technically the leaf litter is a decorative plant. Okay, apples are not. Okay, the glow lichen, I call that a decorative plant. And the moss is going to have its own thing. Well, I can grab it. The moss will have its own place to live. I consider the sea pickles a decorative plant. Even though they're based off sea cucumbers, which aren't plants. For Minecraft purposes, I consider them a decorative plant. So we might still need some more room for wood stuff. So let's start the decorative plants on this side over here. And we'll go with flowers and then other decorative plants next to it. And then we'll go moss. Okay. I think I'm going to turn off the shaders for now just because, again, once you get down here and it starts in the shadows, I don't like the darkness so much. So we'll do the rest of this without the shaders on. All right, so this would be plants that aren't decorative. So this is like food stuff that you farm. Okay. Okay. Okay, and then we're also going to do like mob, so evil mob drops. Okay, and then we'll say other mob drops. Well, wool's its own thing. Okay, this one goes in ores. There's a mob drop. Mobs. Okay. Alright, that's good for now. Let me sleep. Okay, so we'll do some room for some farmable plants up here. So we'll put, right now we'll put the farmable plants in one thing. Then just oddball plants that don't work anywhere else, like apples. We'll just put them in here with these decorative plants. Okay, good enough. Now, animals, do I do it on the same side as the wood and the plants, or do I put it over here? Yeah, I'm not sure either. Let's do them over here. So let's start with evil mobs drops. There we go. And then we'll go with good mobs. And wool will have its own separate one. There we go. And this goes in the ores chest. Fantastic. Okay. Let's go check on our cows, see if they're ready to eat yet. Because on top of enchanting, I sure would like a bunch of item frames so I can remember where I'm putting all this stuff. Nice, 13 more leathers, okay. Yeah, see, we're going to fill up that dirt chest really, really fast. So maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to move dirt up here. And I'll move gravel here, here. Put the cobblestone in there. Okay. Cobblestone, gravel, and oop. See, then we go raw cobblestone versus crafted cobblestone. For right now, I don't need to separate them, but I might have to eventually. 2 chests. Can I use these 2 chests anywhere in here? No. We'll put them up here for now. Okay. I can start using these 2 item frames, though. So we can do... Let's see. Let's mark that one and that one for now. So this one will be ores. So we'll mark that with a raw gold. Fair enough. And this one is oak, so we'll mark that with an oak sapling. Perfect. Okay. Iron hoe. Okay. Okay, let's see. Paper. Let me keep one of these out here for an item frame, and I'll make the rest of these into books. 12 books. And now I don't have any... Oh, and there's 4 more books. Okay, of course I don't have any wood up here anymore. You know what? I think it's time to just do that. Alright, I'll go ahead and craft these bookshelves while we take this trip down here. So now we got like mobs and stuff and ores. So over here we'll start putting tools and things. So we can have like horsey tools stuff here. We could have like tools that we use. Well, that'll be tools, and then this one will be like arms and weapons. Okay. And then we can have, like up here, we can have miscellaneous crafted things like that. We can have like potions. Okay, we need a redstone chest. Let's do redstone right here next to ores. Okay, there we go. Miscellaneous stuff. The banner kind of goes in there. The golden apple, we can put this in here with the apples. Okay, miscellaneous stuff here. Okay, great. Bone meal, we consider that like a skeleton bone, so it goes there. We consider the charcoal like an ore. We do need our like miscellaneous blocks. There we go. Lodestone is kind of a miscellaneous crafted thing. That's deep slate. Those are tough, not deep slate. Let's go with a tough box. Okay. We got wood, and then we got tools. Okay, so now let's get some. Those sticks shouldn't have been in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get an item frame, and then let's get. We're gonna need bookshelves, lots of bookshelves. Okay, so sticks up there. Those in here. We have another item frame, so let's go ahead and mark. What will we mark here? Let's see, what will we mark? Cobblestone. There we go. And books, I call that miscellaneous crafted things. Okay, 5 bookshelves. Let's put these bookshelves down. We're getting pretty far with this enchanting table over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, we only need like 3 more bookshelves. That's awesome. We're now up to level 24. Ooh. We can get Unbreaking 3 on this axe. Let's do it. Our lapis is already down in the ores, which means our crafting table, which means our enchanting table. Well, we probably need a little single chest up here to hold our lapis. All right. Which means honestly, none of this stuff really needs to go up here anymore. We'll leave a crafting table here just for the heck of it. But the rest of this is going down here. Which one of these? Those horses? Horses. Next to this, this can be like workbenches. Right? So which means over here we can probably get these things I can consider workbenches. Okay, and wood. And tools. 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 Buckets are tools. Furnaces are, well, these furnaces are mine. So I want to do just this for now until I need something different. Coal. Let's put some of that coal in these furnaces. There we go. Oh, the joy of sorting. The joy of sorting. But once it's done, it's mostly done then. Leads, I consider those tools. Music discs right now is just miscellaneous stuff. Raw fish will be in the friendly mobs. Paper, we'll consider that one right there. Oh, and we came in down here for lapis. Let's just take our lapis up there. We really don't need it down here anyway. There we go. I can at least move this over here by our enchanting table. And we can move this. However, I guess we have to wait until we have Silk Touch. Or else we have to rebuild all of those. Let's see what we can get with this Unbreaking. Just Unbreaking, that's good. Well, that thing is already halfway dead, so that will make it last even longer. So that's cool. What can we get on this Unbreaking? What about our bow? Punch 1. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we'll do punch 1 on our bow. That doesn't sound like the smartest use of a not full enchanted table. Whoa, boy. Talk about a pumpkin field. Man, look at all of this. Wow, so we've come pretty far in this episode. We've got, like, all of our farms now are full. They're all full and producing. Oh, that's another tricky thing. Don't jump up on the pumpkins, because when you jump down, it's easy to smash the little pumpkin stems. And we got all of our farms going, and you know what? I should sleep. I think we just learned. I think that... See? Okay. Oh! Ooh, Siamese! Yeah, nice. Okay. So, I figured out a trick. Where's... I already don't know where anything is. Okay. Okay, I'm going to show you a trick. It's a trick that makes getting these cats a little bit easier, because otherwise you're like chasing them around and they're like scared of you and they're constantly running and they're a pain. So instead you just run at them with a lead until you can get one. Hope you can target it, not grass. Just chase it with a lead. Come on, slow down, buddy. Wow, they're so hard to get. Ah, there we go. Now, once he's on a lead, you can kind of do the... Dude, give me some space. Oh, gosh, okay. Come on. Okay, so maybe it's not the greatest trick. I forgot that the leads break the first time you try to feed them. Come on, man. Oh, no, I didn't need to get you. Okay, that's silly. Oh, did I lose the cat? Where'd the cat go? Where'd you go? Oh, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll just chill out. Okay, that was definitely the better way to do it. Nice, I got a little Siamese. That's awesome. Sweet. Where do I want you to sit? Why don't you come over... You want to sit up here on the fountain? Where'd you go? There you are. Want to sit up here on the fountain? I'll get you to climb up onto the side of the fountain. Boy, you're just like, what's going on, buddy? Oh, you want to go lay on that bed, don't you? Oh. That's a seriously cute sound. Okay, so that nice trick I was showing you with the leads, maybe not the best trick for getting a cat, but I swear that has worked for me in the past. It has made it easier to kind of snag them. Because I've had it then once I had them, and then I put the fish in my hand, they would kind of like sit there, wait for the fish, and I thought that's what he was doing, but apparently he wasn't yet, and he ran as soon as because when I tried to click him with the fish, it took off the lead, and he just bolted. So that's what happened there. So one thing I want to show you with these melons and pumpkins because we're not using Silk Touch yet, you end up getting so many fewer melons. Because you have to craft them. And see, because they come out as slices and you have to craft them. But it's like, it takes 9 to make one. So so we just did 3 melons and we don't even quite have enough for 2 melons yet. So one thing I noticed is like, when you get to when you get to where you're doing the automated farms, a lot of people will make like 1 farm pumpkins and 1 farm melons, or they'll make like the automated farm and half of it is pumpkins and half of it is melons. With an automated farm, the melons aren't being silk touched, so they're gonna be slices, right, which you have to craft, so you're only gonna get half as many melons. So whenever I do the automated farms, which we'll probably see eventually here when I get to the automated farms, is I make 1/3 of them pumpkins and 2/3 of them melons. Because that way, when you craft your melon slices, it gets closer to even. We still need, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We need 14. Okay, is that going to be the right number? Yeah, so it doesn't, I mean, manual farms, it still kind of works the same way, but like once you have silk touch on an axe, it doesn't matter because you'll get those melons before they need to be crafted, or like they won't need to be crafted. You'll get them whole. So kind of, as long as once you have silk touch, it kind of doesn't matter. Oh, again, I gotta craft these. I should probably put a crafting table in there. I don't know why I was going on and on about the melons. That's more of a discussion for whenever we're farming. Nice, we got over a stack of carrots already. That's perfect. Awesome. All right, let's see. Let's check out the cows. See how they're doing. Let me get some more wheat because I feel like I feel like there's gonna be more than 17 cows in there wanting to eat. Okay, there we go. Oh, they're so loud, aren't they? Yeah, so the reason why you have the water on these is because when they're hopping in the water, they spin around and they're easier to feed, all of them. That's why you do that. 8 leathers out of that batch. Okay, not so great. You're wandering pretty far away from your little area, aren't you, buddy? Let's see. We need 3 more bookshelves. We have another book. Oh, this will be enough to get us. This will be enough to exactly get us where we need to be. Perfect. Okay. All those seeds will eventually become mulch. I don't need that many seeds. I really don't. All right. So this should max us out with the bookshelves, with the enchanting table. Which, thinking about it, that should probably be closer to our little home thing. I mean, eventually we'll probably just have like a actual building for it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. I'll get a dirt block there eventually. Let's see, what does that look like on the knockback too? That's not terrible. Unbreaking 3 on the bow. That's not bad because we don't have like a massive string source or anything yet. Oh yeah, you can't enchant those. What about like the chest plate? Thorns too. Aquafinity is pretty cool. Ooh, can we get like feather falling? Are we gonna get that lucky? Unbreaking. Oh, we're level 26. We can't even get 30. Can we? Nope, not quite. Let me actually do one more batch of farm trading with our farmer, because you get levels from that. Wouldn't that be cool if we could, like, I don't think I'm going to get enough levels to hit 30, but let's just see how close to 30 we get real quick. That'll be fun. Don't want the poison potato. Let me sleep before I go in there, because I don't want those drowns coming up and hurt my villagers. There we go. That's annoying when you're planting raw carrots. If you get hungry, you start trying to eat them. Oh, I'm going to show you another fun trick once this runs out. So you know how I was saying, like with the blocks, you can do that middle click to select, like if you have more of that block in your inventory. See, like I ran out of carrots, so now I could either like just switch to the next stack of carrots or go take some carrots and move it into that spot. But if I just do that middle click on the planted carrots, it puts carrots in my inventory, in my hand. See, isn't that cool? So I'm just going to point at this and middle click, boop, carrots. Isn't that cool? So it works with more than just the blocks. You can do it with like carrots. And if you do that on something like wheat, it'll actually put the wheat seeds in your inventory. So it's kind of a nice way, like when you're planting, when you run out, you can just point at the last one you planted and middle click, and then that next stack goes in your hand. Nice little, very, quick little shortcut thingy. All those little shortcuts help when you're playing. I wonder if it does that with the pumpkins too. Like no. I bet if I had pumpkin seeds, it would go to the seeds. All right, let's go trade with this guy and see how many levels I get, and then I'm probably gonna be wrapping it up here very shortly. So I think I'm probably about time. Let's see. How are we looking here? Oh, here's another shortcut. So I have a mod that lets me just shift right click and it trades as many as I have. But if you're playing vanilla, right? So if you shift and then left click, you get that, right? And then when you holding your shift down, if you click, it trades. Now, while you're doing that, while you're still holding shift, hit spacebar. And that puts another stack of the carrots up, and then you can click, spacebar, click, spacebar, click, spacebar, click. Isn't that cool? So, okay, so again, I'm going to show you. I'm going to hold shift. I'm going to click once to get the potatoes, and then I'm going to go click, spacebar, click, spacebar, click, spacebar, click, spacebar, click, spacebar. Isn't that cool? There's another shortcut for you. All right, excellent. Okay, let me go empty my inventory. I'm going to take one more last check on those cows to see if they are good to go. Put those leads away. I feel like it might not have been 5 minutes, but you never know. Building the chests and harvesting the potatoes and stuff might have taken 5 minutes. Or not chests, the bookshelves. Hey, there, they are ready to go. Good deal. Okay. 13. Excellent. And again, it's Minecraft. Always one more thing. Okay, now let me go ahead and make some item frames out of these real quick. It's one of those games, like, once you're in the groove, you can get to where you can, like, never take a break. More item frames. Oh my gosh. Boy, guess those sticks do use up a lot. Okay, here we go. So let's start putting some of these item frames out. So we've got, let's see, I want to put one on tools, so remember where that is. Let's go ahead and get our redstone marked, our good mob drops marked, random stuff. Let's go ahead and get these. Okay, let's go ahead and get like stone, deep slate, those. Okay. All right, let's get these in our little things. So this one is, we'll put granite will represent those. We're gonna have, well, I don't have a regular deep slate, so that's gonna be that one. This will be a gravel. Dirt. And this one will be friendly mob drops. That can be a feather. Okay, this is redstone, so obviously redstone. This one is tools. That can be a shears. This is horse stuff, so we'll go ahead and mark it with, oh, we don't have one there yet. This one is randoms. Randoms will be marked with a heart of the sea. That's about as random as you can get. Okay, bamboo. It's going to be bamboo. This one is going to be dark oak. And jungle. And birch. All right. Well, I think that's going to be an episode. So thanks for hanging out with me today. Glad you made it all the way through. Hope you're enjoying the series. Be sure you drop a comment and and say hi. Let me know if you're enjoying it. So until next time, talk to you later. Bye-bye.